What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you're new, you might want to stick around because today we are gathered here today to talk about two of my favorites women of the Real Housewives franchise, and that is Miss Porsha Williams and Miss Kenya Moore. Now, honestly, y'all, Kenya in her early seasons, it was just so tea. Like, she was just chocolate and beautiful and just causing havoc everywhere she went. And then you had Miss Porsha, who was thick. She just was chewing that ass up all over Atlanta, you know what I mean? And she was really taking everything by storm, y'all.
Behind me. Baby, the only thing I see when I look behind me is 50 pounds of ass!
So we're gonna take things back, all the way back from when Porsha was still with Cordell. Okay, we're gonna talk about how the girls met and how they led up to their big fight, okay? Period. So let's get into it.
Yes.
So, Real Housewives of Atlanta is a show, right, that obviously you guys know for the infamous people such as Nene Leakes and Candy and Kenya Moore, Porsha Williams, and people like that. And honestly, one of my favorite people to talk about is Porsha. I love Porsha. I really liked her in the beginning seasons. A lot of people didn't really like Porsha, Kenya included, because they felt like she had this like ditzy airhead persona.
It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
But anyway, let's start the video, y'all. Stick around as I take you on a detailed journey, episode by episode, shade by shade. So in season 5, Kenya Moore joins the cast of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she comes in as former Miss USA, TV personality, movie star, and Porsha Williams came in as a socialite. She's married to NFL player Cordell. And when they first met in season 5, they don't have that much in common at all. But they do try to start it off on a good foot, and Porsha invites Kenya to an event for her charity, and Kenya is all for it. She's like, oh my god, yes. Like, you know how Kenya is, y'all, especially at this time in the beginning, season 5. Kenya was cracking me up because all throughout the season she's like, of course I'm gonna do this charity event. Like, everybody wants me. I'm a star. I'm former USA. Like, I'm so popular. Like, oh my gosh, I can't keep up.
I'm Kenya Moore. I'm an actor, producer, author, director. I've been producing for over 10 years. I do feature films. I have my own production company called More Vision Media. All of my projects have made me money. I've been living in Los Angeles for the last 18 years, and I am a hustler. I'm probably most known for being Miss USA. Actually, I was the second Black woman to be crowned Miss USA.
She just kind of was acting like she was just so such an it girl, and which Kenya is an it girl, but it's just so funny because I feel like because they didn't know Kenya, like they just was so hard to like see it for her at that moment, you know. Y'all, she just had me cracking up, okay?
I'm often invited to make appearances to increase donations. I have heard of the Porsha Williams Foundation. It's one of Atlanta's best known charities, so when the founder's granddaughter asked to meet with me, I was happy to take the meeting.
She's just like, okay, I'm gonna do this charity event for Porsha.
How are you doing? How are you? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. This is a cute place. Isn't it cute in here? A little cafeteria vibe.
Well, I'm glad you could make it.
Yeah.
I heard that you were coming to Atlanta, and I'm having this big event. It's the Porsha Williams Foundation. It's like the largest foundation here in the South.
Oh yeah, I have my own charity. That's good.
So are you married?
That was out of the blue. No, I'm working on it. And yourself?
Yeah, I'm married. Newlyweds. So you think you want to get married? You've been married before?
No.
No. I don't want to be pregnant too many times, so I want twins. Do you want one or two?
You could tell that Porsha and Kenya, they had two different ideas of what was going to happen at this charity event, because when Kenya shows up, she feels like this event is kind of like low down. She's like, this is beneath me. Like, she literally comes in on 10 with an attitude, y'all.
I'm glad you all made it.
Thank you.
You can have a seat over here.
When I arrived, I'm thinking, wait a minute, this is supposed to be the biggest charity event in the Southeast, and there were going to be tons of celebrities and important people, not just me.
Hey, that's my mini-me, Lauren. Hi, this is Shamia.
Shamia, hi, nice to meet you. I'm Kenya.
You're pretty. Thank you.
Thank goodness I invited Miss Lawrence to show up because at least it will feel like a party. I have someone joining me later, a friend of mine. They're going to be a seat for them.
Yeah, they can sit right here. Yeah, I'll just leave that seat open. Let me get a waiter to get you all something to drink.
Kenya comes in all stank, acting like she's too good for this, and she's starting to feel like Porsha's dumb. Because not only does Kenya feel like, girl, you didn't really like set this event up for me. I should have had this in place. I should have had that in place. When I walked through, you should have this down the third. Like, she basically wanted a VIP treatment. And Porsha basically was like, oh yeah, that's Kenya, girl, you can sit over here, like type shit. Like, she really didn't give her like, you know, a whole big thing. Like, Cordell comes, he's giving her like a gift in front of everybody. It's like this whole entire thing. And you know, Kenya had this underlying storyline where she really wanted a man, I feel like. So maybe she didn't like that. I don't know, y'all. Tell me what you think. But you know, anyway, Kenya thought that Porsha was naive and she was a little stupid. And she felt like she was inexperienced due to her age and lifestyle as a wife and housewife. Y'all, in the beginning, Porsha initially really did kind of low-key respect Kenya. Like, you could tell that she felt like she was an accomplished woman that she could look up to and she could learn from. But then Kenya's attitude put her off. So like I say, y'all, Porsha invites Kenya to a charity. She invites her to her grandfather, Porsha Williams, Feed the Hungry Foundation. And at the event, Porsha mistakenly refers to Kenya as Miss America instead of Miss USA. And Kenya took major offense to this. She had a BF, she had a bitch fit, okay?
I just want to announce that we do have Kenya Moore here. Miss America 1990.
Miss USA.
What was it?
Miss USA.
Miss USA. I'm sorry. We have Miss USA here. And she's here just to help us bring the awareness as well. So I just again want to thank you. And I love everybody. Thank you.
How do you get that wrong? It's not as though it's the biggest ordeal, but come on, if Michelle Obama was there and you called her the first lady of Zimbabwe, that's sort of something you should know. You courted me to come to your event. That's the least you can do is get my title right.
I'm thinking this is what I'm thinking.
She's not a public speaker.
Okay. From the moment I left from the stage, this woman was not having it.
And she felt disrespected. So Kenya storms out of the event, like, you're not gonna disrespect me, and woo, and Porsha's all confused, okay? She don't even know what's really going on. She felt like she had made an innocent mistake and that Kenya was just doing the most, right?
Let's go. We need our car, but we don't have the ticket.
No, that's fine.
I'm standing outside of this so-called event. This heifer gets on the microphone and the heifer gets on the microphone and calls me Miss America.
I will be there in literally 5 minutes. I'll go in. I'm sure she has chicken or something.
I'll just wait for you to get here and then I'm gonna go.
That's when Porsha goes outside and basically tells Kenya to leave, in which Kenya's like, girl, I'm already outside. Like, I've been wanting to leave. Like, girl, bye.
Are you all right?
Mm-hmm. I'm fine. Just waiting for my friend.
Oh, so you just waiting outside?
Mm-hmm. Just a little uncomfortable in there. It's freezing and...
You good?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, well, yeah, bye.
Miss Lawrence, honey.
You look beautiful.
Hey, sweetheart. It's freezing cold. My teeth are chattering. And she gets on the microphone and calls me Miss America. I'm like, first of all, it was Miss USA, honey. It's like you courted me.
She's stupid to not know the difference between Miss America and Miss USA.
Hey, you know, I can't educate everybody.
And she's definitely not a fan of Miss Congeniality.
No, but don't get it twisted. I didn't win Miss Congeniality. I won Miss USA.
Exactly.
And I will curse your ass out and keep on stepping.
Right.
Oh my God. Her food is coming out and she's not here. I should let her know her food is here.
I came to support a good cause.
I don't know if I would have came to this, honey. This is
well, let's just get in the car and do like stuff.
Kenya?
This woman who I I just met the other day who asked me to come to her event. And she gets on the microphone and calls me Miss America. And I came outside so I wouldn't be rude.
Really, I feel it's disrespectful.
Disrespectful?
Yes.
Disrespectful is inviting me to your event and getting in front of a group of people and not even knowing my title or who I'm about.
From 19 whenever?
Yeah, 19 whenever.
I don't remember that.
Well, but you have to do your research.
Line, and that line had been crossed. We're not only just at a charity event, we're at my grandfather's home. So you're disrespecting my legacy at this point. Okay, let's see if we hear anything about what you promote.
Yeah, you will hear
You don't
it,
care about
because guess
children.
what? It's
You don't
all
care about
over
anything.
the place.
Next time,
Google
come.
me, honey. Wiki
Google
me.
you from
Google
when?
me.
It's not even in the search engine.
Yeah.
It's so old. Yeah.
So y'all, I'm telling y'all, from that moment on, they did not get along. Okay, it was on and popping between the two. Now we get a scene where Porsha meets up with Cynthia and Nene for the first time, and she brings up her first encounter with Kenya. Now, at this point, Cynthia has already had an experience with Kenya, so she doesn't really like her either.
Hello. Hey. Hi. How you ladies doing? How are you? Good.
I'm Cynthia.
Hi, Porsha.
How are you?
Nene, I'm good. Porsha Williams Foundation. It's not just feeding the hungry only on Thanksgiving. It's an everyday situation. You know what I mean? This is 265 days a year.
That is funny. 265 days. Where the hell that bitch live at?
PSA
All right,
for the
PSA.
birthday Williams.
Yes, sis to giving back.
From the event the other day, there was a lady there. Do you know a Kenya Moore? Do you do?
Well, let me say, I don't
that's
know
the
her,
face
know
I
her.
had.
I actually invited her to something at my school.
How do you come to an audition showing your coochie crack and your ass crack and think that's appropriate?
Definitely disrespected me. She disrespected my staff. Just wasn't nice. Well, what happened? Tell me about your lunch.
Well, when she got to the event, I said, I want to thank Miss Kenya Moore for coming here to support. And I said, she is Miss America. Oh, Miss USA. And she said, yes. I said, my apologies. She wasn't having it. She was like, you messed up my title from 20 years ago, and I'm done with you. She ran out the party, down the curve.
So they go on their trip, you know, the trip that the girls do every season on these Real Housewives shows, and they go to Anguilla. And in Anguilla, Kenya makes remarks about Phaedra's husband, Apollo, right? She's flirting with Apollo, and Porsha, being Phaedra's friend, does not like this, okay? And she basically makes some comments about her behavior. Basically, Kenya was being like flirtatious on this trip, even though she had a man with her. She had Walter with her, but she was still kind of like flirting with, I think, one of the guys at the resort, and then she flirted with Apollo. And so Porsha was basically like judging her. She felt like, girl, you trying to flirt with my friend man, and you being weird in your man here. Like, you just doing too much.
Let's go do it with them.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, to the side.
Right, I know how to get my coins to go home.
Shake that ass, man. Shake that ass.
You gotta put my hand on it. I know, I'm like this.
I am feeling very uncomfortable watching Kenya flirt in front of Walter. Don't rub your funky booty up against his genitalia.
I can't do that, so.
Wait, I'm gonna show you. I gotta help her with her position. Bend over and be there. Spread your legs.
I'm good.
Sit back, relax, bend over, hands up on your dress. Right then, look this way, Kendra. He need to see you. Tongue.
That's how you get the extra dollars.
Wait a minute, hold on. Walter needs a pillow. I did my job.
I want to see what's on them. I want to see.
Y'all, when I tell you Kenya was such a like menace to society, like she's literally a menace to society, like literally.
Then the girls go and have a drink later, in which they all talk about their first impressions of Kenya and how much they enjoyed the trip. And when it's Porsha's time to speak, she does bring up the charity event, and this sparks a major argument between her and Kenya.
I'm glad all of us will take this trip together.
Well, I have to say,
I couldn't wait to be around King. I had heard so much stuff.
But you were different on this trip, though. I have to say, I mean, my first encounter with you when we had lunch to when you came to my event, me just observing you here, you're just like a different person to me.
She prayed
Like,
over
she
the
seemed relaxed, she seemed nice. It's like nothing ever happened between anybody, myself or...
sometimes you have to warm up to somebody and you have to get to know them a little bit better and get comfortable and figure them out a little bit more when the walls come down.
You guys and meet on good terms. What happened?
Well, we had lunch. And I knew that she would be an inspiration for young women.
Okay.
So the charity event was powerful women in Atlanta coming together to give proceeds to my grandfather's charity. Like, how dare you call me Miss America? I am Miss USA, and I'm just respected, and I'm leaving. I'm standing on the curb.
So, I don't even know why we're talking about this. I'm over you. Get over it.
When you disrespect me, furthermore, my grandfather's home, all that legacy and history that has been built, and you come and think you're bigger than that, it can't work like that. It's unacceptable.
Yes.
It's
if it's the way
to me.
you're thinking it, if it was unacceptable, that would be the case, but that wasn't the case.
So what's the case then?
Well, you know what? That was a while ago. I'm really over the situation. It really doesn't
I can't
matter
connect with
to
her.
me.
She doesn't even.
Yeah, but I think
she's a non-factor to me because if you're
factor, bitch.
so hood and ghetto,
okay?
Really?
You're a non-factor.
Really? Is that the case?
The argument escalates, and next thing you know, Porsha brings up the fact that Kenya is in her 40s.
Wherever you are,
yes, bitch.
from
40
your title,
fabulous.
a bitch.
40 and fabulous.
Period.
Like I just stepped off the stage yesterday. Like I just stepped off the stage yesterday. Okay. Yes, bitch. How many years ago? And your grandfather's foundation was how many years ago?
The other girls try to break them up, but this is just a recipe for disaster.
You don't make any sense.
Okay, but you are coming around people. Don't come in my face. Don't come in my face.
Oh, wait. Come on.
You want to be me. You touch me. That's what I want you to do. You know what?
But this argument was kind of notable because they both were getting vicious with the insults, okay? Kenya ends up telling Porsha to go back to the ghetto. Y'all, it got crazy, okay?
We're all grown 20 years, and I'm still here. And I'm still fabulous.
Well, you better preach now.
Right? Fabulous. Going with the wind, fabulous. Okay? Thank you.
Well, all right now.
Oh, honey, I'm gone with the wind. Fabulous. I was like, bitch, is it movie night? I mean, really?
Like, it was clear at that point that any potential for friendship was severed between the two.
Then the ladies have a dinner one night, and because Peter and Cynthia had redeclared their love for each other, Peter was feeling good and messy. He ends up exposing to the group that Kenya was pressuring her then boyfriend Walter to propose, and this leads to an embarrassing moment for her in front of the whole group.
It's the last night on this beautiful island, and I am not thinking about Miss Thang at the end of the table, Miss Raisin Face. My husband and I are we're in the moment. You don't understand how ready I am to eat.
Girl, no, I'm not a drinker, child. I'm thinking I'm pregnant or something, child. I'm like, I've been a faint up in here.
You guys are trying to have a baby, I saw.
No, we taking it slow.
I gotta get my money, honey.
Babies cost money, I can tell you that right now.
I don't care how much a baby costs. I'm ready to have 1, 2, 3. I don't care. As many as Walter wants.
Walter, you look great in pink, baby.
Hey, some men can do it.
We match.
That wasn't playing that.
What? Child. Anyway, so.
But they are wedding colors. Remember our conversation we had the other day?
Okay.
Do you remember it?
Thank you, sweetie, because I might need about 2 or 3 more. Go ahead.
We talked about the other day. We should just stay here and just elope.
Still got 3 days. Don't know what's gonna happen.
All right, so I'll hold my breath for 3 days.
Now, Kenya and Walt. Okay, I just met you guys the first day. I didn't believe you guys was a couple. I didn't know what the hell was going on. That's just my opinion. It's my opinion. But as I talked to Walt and see that he was a solid dude, you understand what I'm saying? I said it got to be right because dude is solid. And then a little birdie told me that you are under a lot of pressure, that you got 3 days to pop the question.
I'm not saying who the birdie was, but let's just say a lot of little birds were flying around who had that information.
Okay, you're leaving in the morning, so you got less than 12 hours to pop the question. It's a lot of pressure.
We're just getting here.
Kenya said that.
Kenya said that we're getting married. We're eloping.
Kenya.
We talked about it. Hello, are you drunk?
Let me correct that. We did talk about it. I didn't say when.
Oh.
But you said we had 3 days left. Anything could happen.
Yeah, anything could happen. It might happen. Just let me go at my own pace.
I could have fallen out of the chair. I'm like 3 days, really? I mean, we're like 3 centuries. Really, who would marry a person that's been behaving the way she's been behaving on this trip?
So, I'm curious. Phaedra.
Yes, ma'am. How did you let Apollo know when you were ready to get engaged?
Well, I feel sorry for Kenya because she appears to be longing to be loved, but doesn't know how to attract the right attention. And that's what's sad.
Well, I can tell you this, being a woman, you can't force a man on an engagement. And the best way to get a ring is with a closed mouth.
I personally don't feel like Kenya and Walter are quite there.
How about you, Cordell?
Me? Well?
Yes, a storyteller.
My dad, my stepmom, and I and Porsha on Mardi Gras, we kind of was hanging out on Lake Pontchartrain. And I just said to myself, I know she thinks she
I'm looking in the lock
I
in
said,
the room.
nope.
So, I mean, you have Valentine's Day, you have his dad, you're on the water. It's like, this is perfect.
That was expected, so I did it the next week.
The only thing that's going through my mind while everyone is talking about how they got proposed to is, what the hell just happened?
A little bit later, Kenya and Phaedra fall out over the Donkey Booty workout DVD, and that's when Kenya tries to get Porsha back on her side. This is when we get the infamous "bye Ashley" comment, right? Which I love this. I think it's so funny. Like, I reference this all the time. I'm telling you, I love saying this because people really be ashy, and I'm one of them. Like, sometimes I really be ashy, so I think it's just so funny to me. So basically, Porsha and Kenya sit down, they have a talk, and they get into an argument, okay? They cannot get along for the life of them. So Kenya took offense at how Porsha addressed her, and after their verbal spat, Porsha shouted "bye Ashley" at Kenya as she left the restaurant.
This is so weird that Kenya is now wanting to be my friend and explain her side of the story. Really, all I want to hear from this woman is an apology. Go ahead.
I feel like the whole reason that a relationship, whatever starting with you and Phaedra, is because of a fallout between me and Phaedra over a business situation. And all of the things that she's been saying about me are not true.
Okay. I already knew that you and Phaedra have beef or something going on. But whatever Phaedra is telling me is not what has affected our relationship. And Anguilla, it just went real bad, real fast. Phaedra has never been in between that.
No, that's not true.
So I guess what I'm saying now, I'm just wondering, why are you concerned about my relationship with Phaedra?
Because you're being a pawn in that whole picture. That's the point.
I can only be a pawn if I allow myself to be a pawn.
Exactly.
I don't do that. What she's saying is going through one ear and coming out the other. But that is he say, she say. That's not something that I'm going to get into.
Let me finish.
And I don't want you even to repeat that to me. I'm not indulging in that. I don't care if Phaedra said it. I don't care if Nene said it. I don't care. I'm not going to deal with it whatsoever.
Oh my God.
I can't go there.
I try to have a grown woman conversation
but you're
with you.
Just making stuff
no,
up, though.
No,
that's
honey.
all I'm saying. So if you want to have a woman-to-woman,
I need to have a woman in front of me to be able to do that.
So you're insulting me now?
You know what?
I did not come for that.
I know.
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah, put your napkin and let's leave. You were done with me. I'm done with you.
Oh my God. Phaedra and Porsha really should be best friends. One is liar, one is dumb as rocks. Have a nice day.
You have a nice day.
Please buckle up.
And don't contact me to come meet you and whatever else food your ashy feet.
Okay. Bye, Porsha.
Okay, bye, Ashy.
Have a nice day.
Bye, Ashy.
Bye. that's all you got? That I'm ashy? She's the one with the high top tennis shoes with the green eyeshadow and the Diana Ross hairstyle from the 1960s. You need to go look in the mirror, because if the biggest thing you have to say about me, little girl, is that I'm ashy, they make lotion for that.
In season 6, okay, this is 2013-2014 era, and Kenya makes a lot of digs at Porsha's marriage to Cordell, basically insinuating that Porsha was depending on him. She had no identity, and she basically was just like an airhead and just was following behind a man. Like, she just did not respect that, especially because Kenya had accomplished so much in her life at that point without a man, and she was older than Porsha. She kind of took the opportunity to like low-key look down on her a little bit. But y'all, this came during a time when Porsha's marriage really was crumbling, so this kind of furthered the animosity between them. Porsha did not like that. So y'all, season 6 in the reunion, this is when we get that big brawl between them where Porsha really beat her ass. Like, Porsha really opened a can of whoop ass on Kenya, okay? Which is so like interesting to me, because like all season she had been picking on Porsha, and then Porsha beat her up at the reunion. It was crazy, okay? It was a time to be had. Anyway, during the reunion, Kenya had a megaphone, and she's like taunting Porsha with this megaphone. She's like shouting at her, like over a car, like she's like shouting at her across the couch and stuff. She is taunting Porsha with this megaphone. She is like across the couch, like yelling at her, all in her face and stuff. And Porsha was like, girl, I do not like that. So Kenya has this megaphone, okay? She's all up in Porsha's face, and she's mocking her. She's calling her dumb. She's just basically being rude, okay? Porsha became increasingly frustrated. She told her to stop. Kenya didn't listen, and so Porsha snaps. She physically attacks Kenya, dragging her to the ground by her hair.
Yeah, you want to hear me? You out here. You up. I will get out here.
I mean, it was truly an Animal Kingdom type of moment. This moment became one of the most talked about moments in RHOA history. For the reunion, y'all, Kenya files assault charges, and it even resulted in Porsha being fired from the show. She ended up turning herself into jail, y'all. Like, it was a lot. Okay, here's the mugshots. Yes, things between them are no more good, y'all. Following the physical altercation, Porsha gets demoted to a friend of the show. Kenya continuously taunts Porsha about the incident, basically insinuating that she's really not that classy and things of that nature. However, in the finale of season 7, there is a brief attempt at reconciliation. In season 7, Kenya continued to flirt with Apollo, and Porsha, still being friends with Phaedra, who was Apollo's wife at the time, she just kept supporting Phaedra, which further put her and Kenya at odds. And so Porsha and Phaedra become freaking frack. They form an alliance, and so yeah, it's a done deal, because Porsha don't like Kenya and Phaedra don't like Kenya. So them two girls is teaming up, and it has become a problem, okay? And in episode 20 of season 7, there is another attempt at a Kenya-Porsha reconciliation, but it just doesn't really work out between the two. So now we're in season 8, and Porsha moves on from her marriage. She's feeling fresh, she's feeling new, she's back on the show as a full-time member. Meanwhile, Kenya is going through her own issues. Then y'all, while the season is airing on TV, after the girls are done filming, Kenya and Porsha get into it on Twitter. Like, literally, they get into jabs back and forth on the internet. Porsha was making fun of Kenya and her relationship problems, and Kenya was making fun of the fact that she had to get demoted and rehired, okay? We've gotten to season 9. I don't really want to get into season 9. As y'all know, season 9 is the whole lesbian gate of it all, when Phaedra was basically playing Porsha. But we all thought they was freaking frack. We all thought they was cool friends and everything like that. But it turned out that Phaedra ended up playing Porsha and using her to do her dirty work. She ended up getting into this huge thing with Candy. Y'all know, I'm not gonna get into that. If y'all don't know, then I don't even know why you're watching this video, honestly. Maybe you're just here because you want to see drama, but during this moment, it was like really dramatic. We all know Porsha was crying. It was a whole lot of stuff going on. And then we get to season 10, when Kenya is married to Mark Daly, and you know, Porsha is a new mom, so they really don't have like that much to fight about. They're just kind of like Okay, girl, like, I see you, you see me, we doing our thing, period. Like, they're getting along, they ain't fighting too bad, they ain't really besties either, they just kind of like cool, they cool. They can attend events together, we can get some fun little scenes with them together, but you know, we keeping it cute, we keeping it at that. So y'all, that concludes my video about Kenya and Porsha's feud. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And whose side were you on when this was airing? And whose side are you taking now, okay? Are you excited for the new season? I know we got a little bit of drama and we might not see Kenya coming back, but if we can get Porsha back, I would love that. I love me some Porsha. And let me know, what was one of your top moments of this feud? You know what to do, hit all those buttons. You know which buttons, okay? And I'll see you in my next one. Peace.